Hey folks, Distortion Devil here again. The holiday season is right around the corner, and what better gift to give that tabletop lover in your life than a shiny new set of dice and dice accessories from our friends at Die Hard Dice. From November 5th through December 20th, when you use the code UNEXPECTABLE! You can save a holly jolly 15% on your order at dieharddice.com. And some of that money will go towards supporting us so we can keep giving you the gift of Unexpectable's content. As always, thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
When last we left the runaways, Apex the wild man, Cynthia the nurse, Louise the scavenger, and Alvin the mechanic, they had made it into the St. Louis city proper, once a sprawling cultural center for the world, reduced to rubble in the wake of the apocalypse, and now provides a home for the Archers. Upon meeting with expedition leader Samuel Baker, they learned a few things and had even more questions, which Baker was reluctant to give them answers to before they commit themselves to his cause. Understandably hesitant, the gang was assured that their good deeds would not go unrewarded regardless of what they decided, and they were offered a place to rest until they were able to move on. Exploring more of the Archers' headquarters, they came across an old mechanically inclined man who, through a bit of persuasion, let it be known that most of the Archers originally came from a vault, but were driven out by a green menace. What will our Wastelanders do with this new information? Find out now on Gateway. As we pan back in, you are still
Apex is unsure.
You are still in this man's shop, and I forget how many of you are actually physically present in the shop at the moment. I think it was all of you.
Should all be there.
Pretty sure it was
Yeah, we're all here.
We were all hanging together.
All right, so let me go ahead and find some background music. But yeah, he sort of looks down at his tools after letting you guys know this, and he sort of blinks and looks up at you. Probably shouldn't say anything more than that.
Well, I want to thank you all for telling your story. That's one for the ages.
Well, it's
So y'all vaulters, like Vault-Tec vaulters, eh? What number was y'all vault?
Well, like I said, I'm not sure if I should be telling you any more than that. I guess he sort of looks over at Bryce, and Bryce just sort of shrugs like you already opened your mouth. Well, and he's wearing the outfit that most of the other Archers wear, just with a bit more of like a utility-ness to it. Like he's got like a utility belt and sort of tools hanging all over him. And he actually sort of, you hear Velcro sort of peeling off, and he pulls down, and Louise, now that he's sort of removing some of the outer layer of his outfit, you realize something. The sort of grayish blue jumpsuits that all of these people are wearing, they're vault suits.
Their vault what?
They're vault suits.
Oh yeah, well we knew they came from a vault, so I guess that makes sense.
And you see, as he turns around, he shows you the number that is sort of what once might have been like a metallic color, is now faded and pale yellow. But it does read legibly 40.
Ooh, I'm gonna write that down real quick.
At least I believe so.
So these green men ran you out of your home.
That's right.
So, out of curiosity, if you can say, what was your vault's deal anyway?
I beg your pardon?
Oh, what was the purpose behind your particular vault?
Yes, right. Give me a moment. This chair ain't working as well as it used to be. Well, we were one of the vaults, one of the many that were being prepared to sort of come back out and, reestablish a foothold onto the land. As far as we're aware, there were several.
Not that I think he's lying, but is that a pinging mic takes one to know one at all?
It is not.
That's above game. Is that seems? I thought most vaults had more to them than that, besides just being time capsules or whatever.
Judging from the you only really know of like 2 vaults. And based off of what you learned from both of them, it's a little odd.
Yeah, it's a little normal to me, honestly, considering.
Silly normies.
Actually, you know what? I will actually just be like, it's a little, I don't know, normal considering the vaults I've seen.
Is it supposed to be abnormal?
The last vault we went to had puzzles in order for people to go into any room. They all died.
He sort of makes a face and looks at you quizzically.
Yeah.
Puzzles. Like,
In the vault I came from, we were supposed to figure out how a small group of people were supposed to live in a place way too big for them, but I guess what happens in that case is that you breed like rabbits and you fill it up, so.
I've been to the one with the puzzles. I haven't really been one about with the small people in a big area.
I don't claim to know anything about any of the other vaults. I just know puzzles. Really? That's weird.
Oh yeah, they were some real head scratchers too.
If you're not afraid to die, it was kind of fun.
I just love how genuinely taken aback he is by this, to be honest.
I kind of agree with you. That does sound like a little bit fun. Right.
Yeah.
But and he starts like putting his jumpsuit back on, covering up the number, which is now the sort of black utility vest that he's got on has the Archer's logo, which is just an arch with a white arch on a black background with an arrow running through it. Well, no, way back when, they prepared us to come back out here and sort of reclaim the wastes, I guess you could say.
Now, when you say they prepared us, who do you mean by they?
Well, the overseers.
And
Basically a leader of the vault.
right. We'd come across the quarters of the overseer of the previous vault. But they knew exactly what to do, how to get you out, how to get you set up.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, they would have, but them big green guys that came before we could really get a good plan going. I think we were actually a couple of years out for trying to make an attempt like this, but
Oh wait, were you guys the only vault for this reclaiming? Because I mean, granted, a vault can be big, but kind of spreads her arms in a sort of look at all these tracts of land sort of expression. Wouldn't you need a few more vaults at least to reclaim all of this?
far as I know, there may be others like our vault specifically designed to take back the wasteland. But I think we're the only one that's around here.
Huh.
You think you're the only vault that's around here? Did I mishear?
The only one that did what they did.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's about. I'm a bit relieved to hear this, honestly.
I know there are a couple more vaults around here, but
None like yours.
right. Well, at least I think so. Yeah, from what you tell me, I could probably take a guess.
Yeah, that's about the long and short of it.
All homes are special for those that came from them.
That
Good
is true.
point.
Well, our home is here.
Well, now it is.
Well, it always was, just sort of belonged to somebody else for a little while, and, well, you know what happened after that.
Right.
Sorry.
Well, everyone, we should probably leave him to his day. Mr. Cassidy, we thank you for your time.
Sure. Are you gonna be staying at all?
Well, I believe that's the conversation we need to have at this point, correct, everyone?
We'll figure it.
I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind having having a place to rest my head for the night.
Well, as long as you're Sammy's guest, you're always welcome in the shop.
Well,
Thank you
that's
very much.
very kind of you, Mr. Cassidy.
Of course. The kind of folks that deserve it.
Alvin, I think you and Mr. Cassidy would do well to be working together a little bit.
Absolutely. If I'm sick around before I lay down for the evening and whatnot, you got something you want another pair of hands to look at? I'm part of the Riverside Mechanics.
Oh, heavens, too bad. I just realized Mr. Dalliard was shot at earlier. We should probably have him patched up. Left him somewhere, goodness. Is he outside?
Meanwhile,
It's in the field.
on the way, just sort of hovering above a dried out bush, catching the grass on fire outside. Just Mr. Dalliard floating. Wonder how long they'll take.
I knew I was forgetting something.
I was shot full of adrenaline, and that is my only excuse.
Cynthia will go back and get Mr. Dalliard. Bring him to the shop.
Hello, Miss Cynthia.
Oh, Mr. Dalliard, I am terribly sorry. We had a bit of a scuffle, and as you know, and things got a little bit heated, and we lost track of time. But if you could come with me to Mr. Cassidy's shop, we can get you all fixed up.
Honestly, I'm just excited at the change of scenery.
That's true. You had been at that shop for some...
Couple decades, yes.
Yes, that was a long time for you to be there, Mr. Dalliard. So,
I think like 20 of them or something.
I'm going to say probably more than that. But, you know, whatever makes you happy makes me happy. So, would you like to get those bullet holes patched?
I think I would.
I'm happy to hear that. Come with me, Mr. Dalliard.
Very well. And he follows you. It doesn't sound like that. It sounds like...
It's like a jet engine taking off all the time.
I want to give him a disco mode so he can have like lights coming on underneath him.
Oh my god.
I would love a disco ball, Mr. Handy.
Ah.
Oh my god. Whenever we get back to the shop. So, Mr. Cassidy.
I was taking a drink from my trusty flask. Hey there. What do you need?
I was wondering if you could fix up my dear friend, Mr. Dalliard, over here.
Oh, that's one of them vault. No, not vault. That's one of them Robco. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think we had one of them in the vault a while back, but he broke down after we left.
I don't think there's anyone quite like Mr. Daliard. One of a kind. Pats him on the side.
Yeah. What makes you say that?
His serial number.
Anyway, I was wondering if you could,
Well, it's hard to argue with that kind of logic, actually.
It's so straightforward.
You know what? You're right.
doesn't have anything to argue with, so just goes with it anyway. Well, Mr. Daliard was helping us out with that bit of a tiff we were in earlier, and I was wondering if you could patch him up and maybe see what sort of improvements you might be able to give him.
Give him improvements? I'm not sure I can really... Well, maybe. I could definitely patch him up for you. That's one thing I can do. Let me see here.
What if you and Alvin gave it a swirl together?
Honestly,
A swirl?
Honestly, it might not be that bad problem. I got Mr. Dahlia's maintenance report right here. It's a couple days out of date, but it might be able to help you.
Well, I could take a look at that. And, yeah, maybe if you stick around, you could help me out, and you and me could give it a swirl.
Absolutely. Whatever kind of flavors y'all want, huh?
Or at least a try.
That's what all the kids are saying nowadays.
Don't mock me.
I don't believe you.
That's fair.
Hey, look. Louise raises a finger.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Puts the finger down.
Well, all right, then. Let's see if I can get your Mr. Handy back up and working in order.
Mr. Daliard.
Well, he is a Mr. Handy, whatever you call him. It's up to you.
He's got you there.
In robot frustration.
It's like, don't call him by his servant name.
Oh, well, all right. Come on over here. Come on over here, Miss Dahlia. Let's go ahead and have me and Mr. Cassidy take a look at you here, right?
That's okay. I'm still getting used to it, too.
All right. Now, according to this maintenance report, Alvin will pull out a little piece of paper from his tool belt and hand it off to Mr. Cassidy. Most of the exterior is exactly what you see from him. He creaks like a son of a gun. He's kind of rusty. Bullet holes here and there. His functionality ain't too bad for being around. He's got minor internal function. He's got external chassis function. And also, his fuel last time he told me was about at 30%. Where you at right now, Mr. Dahlia? Are you still about 30%?
Allow me a brief moment to calculate my fuel usage.
Absolutely. Take y'all time.
Calculations complete. I think I'm hovering somewhere around 32%.
All right, in that 30 range. That ain't too bad. That should be enough to still keep him going for a little while. But, Mr. Cassidy, if you have anything around here, like anything that might be able to be using Mr. Handy Fuel, or, I mean, stars above, you actually have some Mr. Handy Fuel laying around.
Yeah, well, we didn't really keep much of the fuel after we lost our Mr. Handy, and we didn't really see much of a reason to keep it around. Let me see if I can find some.
All righty. You just want to take that area over there? I'll check this corner for y'all.
Yeah, let me see what I can scrounge up here.
All right.
And go ahead and make a wits roll.
All righty.
Make a wits.
Wheats.
Wheat! All right. What do we got? 11.
Ooh.
Wheats.
Nice.
Alrighty. Yeah, sure enough. With an 11, you managed to find some what appears to be a quite hefty container, sort of a yellowish container that you can also see sort of hanging beneath the Mr. Handy, where the jet fuel comes out. You can get a hold of some Mr. Handy fuel.
Hey, look at that. Oh, old Louise's tricks are rubbing off on me.
Well.
Check what I found under this.
Thumbs up in the corner.
Oh, well, that's lovely. Mr. Daly ought to be able to run for years to come.
Absolutely.
Yeah, some of the newer models, I believe they ran on nuclear fusion, but the older model, like you've got right there, ran on fuel.
Let me see. This feels... I'll give it a light shake just to tell how full it is.
It's about half.
Man, this should do. Feels about half full.
Well, we're not using it. Go ahead and take it.
Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hey, Mr. Daliard, come on over here. Let me go ahead. Look what I found for y'all.
My goodness. Here I thought I was going to have to learn how to walk.
Wait.
Would have been horrifying to watch. Thank goodness you found some.
But is that possible?
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
I never tried. I'm not designed for it. It would probably end badly.
Yeah, I think if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
All right.
I agree.
Now, Mr. Daliard, I only saw models like y'all in schematics and old books and whatnot. Remind me, where is your fuel import again?
Let me take care of that.
Oh, absolutely. And I'll just
As a Mr. Handy model, I am programmed to be able to refuel and do maintenance on myself, provided I have the materials.
Oh, no fooling. All right. Heck, I didn't know that.
You never asked.
No, that is true. That is... You got me dead to rights, Mr. Daliard. I'll hand off the fuel tank to Mr. Daliard.
Mr. Daliard grabs the fuel tank, and while none of you are looking at him, you look away briefly, and you look back, and the fuel tank is gone.
Oh.
Oh, he's shy.
Do that again.
There we go.
Do it again.
Where's it
So,
going?
what are you at now, percentage-wise?
Well, I'll change it out when I'm getting low. I've stowed it
Just
away in my
put that in
storage
your-
compartment.
I knew it.
Oh, you have a reserve tank. Hey, you know what? That still works, though. All right. Let's see. And you said you could perform. And you said you could perform maintenance on yourself too.
Of course. Granted, I can't. Not being from an outside perspective, I can only do so much. The damage from the gunshot wounds I have sustained are probably beyond my expertise, but
Well, I'll tell you what. If you just hover right there, me and Mr. Cassie will do our best to go ahead and get those polished up for you. Get those fixed now.
sounds like a plan to me.
At the very least, might be able to find something around here to batten it. Let me see.
Hey, Rabbit. Sorry, not Rabbit. Alvin, Mr. Cassidy?
Yep.
What's
I was
going
just
on,
thinking,
Louise?
besides fixing them up and all that, any possible chance because we could also, she makes a gesture of like cocking a pistol. I don't know, make him more lethal.
Hmm.
He's going to be helping us fight, and the better he can, hopefully, the less he'll get hurt himself.
Oh, yes, that would be lovely.
Well, it
How
looks like
about
he's
it, Mr. Galliard?
If that is what you wish me to do, I guess, convert me to combat? Yeah, I would, if that's what you want, certainly.
I mean, if you'd be comfortable, I mean, we
I
could.
mean, I am not a
Sorry.
Mr. Gutsy, so my combat capabilities only go so far.
Connor, is there an actual Mr. Gutsy?
yeah, that's an actual thing. That is
a
a,
thing.
you might have seen a Mr. Gutsy floating around every once in a while. You know that most of them are quite hostile to everything.
Oh my gosh, I love that they're called Mr. Gutsies.
They were Cynthia would actually know that they were used during and shortly before the Great War as sort of filler troops that aided in the soldiers at liberation of Anchorage.
Well, gives Mr. Dalliard a pat. Worst comes to worst, maybe we could just, I don't know, tape a gun to your back and at least to make you look a little more intimidating.
I think that might
Thumbs
be
up
the trick.
again.
Actually, let's talk about that for a second. Now, I know you ain't exactly Mr. Gutsy, but you have anything for self-defense? What would be the term for it? Pest control? Things like that?
Pest control. Yes, I do have this canister of bug repellent and a pilot light.
Amazing.
Cynthia stares
Apex is
slack-jawed.
just nodding.
Well, that can be a flamethrower in a pinch.
That is way more useful than I thought. Yeah.
I also have this rotating saw that I used to shape bushes back when they were bushes and not sticks.
Louise claps her hands together. It's like, okay, Mr. Dalliard, have you ever figured that saw can be used for cutting up stuff other than what you've been cutting in a
Certainly.
battle capacity?
Oh,
If you need to defend yourself.
That killed me.
the logic is sound.
Yeah, well, that works right now. Here, let me check the condition of those. Pull up that bug repellent and that pilot light. Keep them away from each other, but let me take a look at those.
You can see hanging from his sort of three little bendy arms that come down. You see him lift up one, and it does have what looks to be a circular saw on one. You see another that has sort of like an aerosol style yellow canister, and another that just has like a pilot light on it.
I'm guessing the pilot light was originally used for lighting cigars and stuff like that.
Yes. As well as starting stoves.
Oh, that is handy. All right. Hey. Oh, anyway. Let's see. Are the conditions of them pretty good?
They function, and he sort of turns on and off the pilot light.
All right. Those could work. Those could
think
work
we
right
only-
there in a self-defense capacity. What do y'all think?
I just think we need to get up bullet holes patched as best we can. I don't think he's going to be the Mr. Gutsy we were hoping.
I would appreciate
Quite.
that.
Programmed for it.
No
It
trouble
was
at all.
never his function. He
All
is
right.
like a cow, not a deathclaw.
If you go,
Exactly.
if you go ahead and hover a little low, I can go ahead and try to patch those up for y'all.
To be fair, Apex, a cow with a flamethrower, technically,
Hmm.
and a saw.
Brahmin are very dangerous if provoked.
Nod sagely. Soka, Soka.
And with that, Mr. Dalyard sort of enters a powered down state as he sort of lowers himself to the ground and lets you work on him.
Alrighty. And if I go ahead and twist this here, I think that piece of metal there might work.
Are you using one of your abilities for this?
Yes, I will go ahead and use my Can We Fix It?
Alrighty. Go ahead and roll for that.
All right, let's see what we got going on here. 1, 2, 3. 13.
Yo.
Nice.
Very
Wow.
good.
Nice.
Alrighty then. And that heals some amount of armor, right? Like,
Let's see.
Yeah.
All parts on his own 10 or
Give-
higher,
give-
but device or gear can restore to nearly new conditions within a day.
Yeah, I got plus
Yeah,
one armor.
so given the time and the fact that he's in a garage, he can fix him up to ship shape.
Yeah, Mr. Dalyard will recover all of his armor in that case. With the help of Cassidy as well, you manage to patch him up and get him sparkling like new. Well, almost.
Like new.
There we go.
As good as the day we met him.
Tried my best to go ahead and get some of the plating around the same color, so looks good to me. All right. Now, how would I go ahead and turn y'all on?
A little dance.
There, maybe something like, Mr. Dalyard, activate.
As you say that, Mr. Dalyard's little rotating eyes sort of snap open, and you hear as he floats up.
How can I help you, Mr. Alvin?
Well, first of all, I want you to just go ahead and just move around and just see if everything's feeling a little bit better than it was.
Oh, my goodness. I feel fantastic.
I'm really glad to hear that, Miss Dalyard.
Wonderfully done, sir.
I certify you as being completely shipshape. And I
Good
look
to
over
hear
to
that I've
Cynthia,
passed inspection.
and I look over to Cynthia, give her a wink like I totally knew how to turn them on. Don't ask.
Cynthia crosses arms and like squints. Mm-hmm.
All right. Get on over there back to Miss Cynthia, and we'll go ahead and let's see, what else could I do? Mr. Cassidy, I guess while I'm here, you guys got any armor that needs fixed up, or anything that needs stooled up?
Well,
Anything I'm allowed to touch, I understand.
yeah, I'm thinking. Well, if you want to just go ahead and take the evening helping me out around the shop, I'd appreciate that if you're willing to do it.
Yeah, no trouble at all.
Might even be some caps in it for you.
Oh, that'd be great. Boss man always said it's great to have at least have 4 hands when you could have 2. So,
Well, my pappy always told me if you're good at something, don't do it for free.
that is the best. You know, that's the best advice too, honestly. Hey, the armor thing goes double for all y'all too. If y'all armor dinged up, just go ahead and just let me just shape it up as best I can.
Well, I think Mr. Cassidy already got me, though if you could make mine a little better with some home tinkering, that'd be great.
I might be able to. Yeah, sure. That might be a fun project. Here, let me see it, Miss Louise.
I will hand over that Kelvalar vest to him.
If I could eyeball some bands, we could band it. Maybe. All right. Yeah, I'll go ahead and give it the old swing, the old VTU swing.
You take it for a swirl.
Absolutely.
Okay, look.
Just
Now you're just being mean.
Yeah. You're it.
no trouble at all. No trouble at all.
I think I did something like that in a previous episode. And it's like, Louise can just be the queen of getting idioms wrong. I'll work that in my character.
Honestly, I think it's great. All right. Well, Mr. Cassidy, for the time being, you have the services of Alvin Bronson at your service.
Well, happy to have you here to help.
All righty. And Alvin will kind of half gleefully rub his hands together as he will go toward a workbench.
So for the next little while, you'll be helping Cassidy out in his shop. What are the rest of y'all going to get up to?
Almost the entire, like, ever since that meeting in the office, Apex seems like he's been kind of on edge, so he's just kind of antsily looking at exits.
Yeah, you're able to pretty easily identify ways to get out of here, should the need arise.
He keeps them all in mind.
Louise will sort of give a two-fingered salute, not the bad one, the one off the top of the side of the forehead, and go like, you know what? I think I'll go do a little sightseeing.
All right. Don't wander off too far. We're in known company, but you never know when something could go wrong.
Oh, I'm sure some big burly men will point guns at me and escort me gently in the other direction if I go too far off.
Well, all right then.
Good fun, actually. Later.
Louise.
What? I'm kidding. Or am I? I don't know. See ya. She'll just exit and go on her merry way.
Cynthia watches her leave. She's going to get in a lot of trouble. So I suppose it's just you and I, Apex?
Yes, it would seem like that.
You, looking a bit skittish.
Am I?
Yes. You've been a little jumpy since we had that meeting not long ago.
If it's all the same, it's nothing I'd want to say where their ears might hear.
Ah, of course. Well, shall we peruse as well until Alvin is done helping in the shop and till Louise gets escorted back?
Apex stomach grumbles. Yes.
I'm going to take that as we should find food. Where would we find food for the food-eating types? And she looks around.
Apex sniffs the air.
Okay. As you sniff the air, I guess go ahead and make a wits roll.
Roll. 8.
Can I make one too?
Sure.
Smell
Nice.
it with your android senses.
Yeah, let's see if they're better. They are. 11.
They were. Either your eyes or your nose found something I did not.
Scanning.
Some guys walking. Oh man, the cafeteria is great today.
The cafeteria that's 15 minutes away, straight to the east.
Oh my
If you go past the general store, you've gone too far.
Right next off of I-62.
It's a big complex.
Indeed. Yeah, actually, while you were walking in, Cynthia, you remember seeing it, but it didn't really seem prudent at the time, especially given the fact that you don't really eat. And Apex, now that the need for eating has arose, you sort of tune your senses, and your nose points you back to the entrance, and eventually you both put your heads together and see that there are people coming out there and coming out of a room on the left to the entrance of this place and wiping their mouths and sort of like cleaning off their uniforms.
Well, that seems like a good place to start. Shall we?
We shall. And Apex starts skulking that way.
Cynthia walks.
Okay. As you make your way through various methods towards what appears to be a mess hall.
I'm just picturing the extreme difference between these two walks.
Oh, absolutely.
I want to imagine music for Apex going.
More like low beat Doom soundtrack, like like before the action kicks in.
And Cynthia's got like a Disney princess thing going on, like birds and bees and animated birds and bees around her. Anyway.
Indeed. You make your way, and you guys get a couple of looks. You're both pretty strange to look at, especially given all the other people wearing the exact same uniform. They're not quite used to seeing the sight of you. But you are allowed in, and it appears to be a big mess hall.
Oh, this is nice.
What sort of food do they appear to be?
It looks like a lot of the people in here have pretty, it seems pretty rationed out food. Like nobody has like an abundance of food in front of them. It looks like they're given exactly what they need and nothing more. You see like, what would they have here? You see mute fruit. You see stuff like grilled rad roach, Brahmin steaks, stuff like that. It's very much school cafeteria-y in terms of quality of the food. But it looks and smells pretty good to your noses and your senses.
Okay.
This should suffice.
I should hope so. There's not a whole lot of options otherwise, I'd imagine.
Unless we wanted to go hunting ourselves.
That is not advisable right now.
Apex cocks an eyebrow that you can't see. He tilts his head.
She catches just enough of it to be like, we don't know if they're keeping their game perfectly fine or not. So, best to leave them be for now. Let's go get some rations so your stomach can stop grumbling as much as you do right now. Smiles.
Apex grumbles.
Cynthia will walk up to the line, if there is one.
There is, as a matter of fact. Okay. You see a couple of people behind sort of like a makeshift barrier made from like crates and stuff. And like the remnants of like a desk or like a checkout kiosk. And they appear to be handing out these metal trays of food. They look like they're old medical trays made of stainless steel that they're just handing out food on.
Cynthia walks up, takes a tray, and you just sort of like stares at it for a really long time and just doesn't move.
You catch your warped reflection in the tray's metal surface.
Apex grabs a tray as well and just waits behind Cynthia.
They're the same kind of trays you'd use at a hospital, right?
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah. She stands there for an uncomfortably long amount of time, like not able to hear or be aware of her surroundings anymore.
Anybody that queued up behind us that complains, Apex would look at them. She's deciding.
What? What? You what? Sorry?
You were deciding what you wanted to eat. These people were.
What's that
rude.
meme? Excuse me, ma'am, we ordered pickles. I imagine Apex doing that.
Exactly.
She ordered pickles, ma'am.
So she kind of blinks and comes back a little bit. Right. The food. We should probably get food for Louise and Alvin. Yes. Why don't you go on ahead and I'll follow behind you.
Are you all right?
It's just a few stray memories from a long time ago. They just sort of, they don't sit right sometimes. Things from the war and my old job just sort of mingle with the new me. You get some food. Why don't we get something to eat?
I walk up to the roast radroach. Do you have the carcasses still?
You see sort of a barrel-chested man with messy, short black hair wearing an apron. And he's got, like, different culinary utensils that he's filling around with behind the scenes, and he just looks up at you. No. Should you be in here?
Yes.
Cynthia walks up behind him. What kind of a question is that?
I've just never seen you before. Are you new?
Yes, we're new. Do you question everyone that shows up and doesn't fit your criteria for who should be in this line?
Everyone that wears Brahmin skulls on their heads and talking robots. Whatever. You want food? Fine. Skin off my back. And he'll sort of he fills up a bowl with this sort of reddish brown chunky sort of gruel like substance. And he puts it in a small ceramic bowl and he sets it on the tray. And he also slides in a grilled radroach steak. And what else does he give you?
Mute fruit.
What else does he have? I'll roll. Why the hell?
Give me doesn't he have?
Give me an excuse to roll.
Do it.
75. Ooh, lucky you. And he just sort of absentmindedly reaches while still just looking at you, sort of cautious almost, and he almost without looking just sort of sets a fancy lad snack cake on your tray as well, Apex.
Oh my god.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Apex, without breaking eye contact, just kind of strafes away.
Slowly, like one of the not four normal directions.
You meet the cold, soulless eyes of a food industry worker, and he sort of looks to the next person absentmindedly.
I always love the word strafing because every time I do, I keep thinking of the janky leg wiggle from like GoldenEye 64.
Amazing.
She's like, this is normal.
So Cynthia comes up after him and smiles very pleasantly. Is there any way I could get 2 portions to go?
He looks at you quizzically. No.
Or
Your
anything to go for that matter?
If your friends want food, they can come here and get it. I can't just go giving out food to people.
Well, one of them is in the shop with Mr. Cassidy at the moment, and the other is exploring the grounds since we just were speaking with Mr. Baker.
Make a charm roll.
With fast friends, so it'll be +1. So I guess I could just do +2, yeah?
Yeah.
Because my charm is 1, so yeah. 8.
Charm really only one? All right.
Yeah, it's only
he looks at you and he's like, yeah, all right, fine. I really shouldn't be doing this, but whatever. I don't care. And he just sort of similar fuck it, you know.
Fair.
I get yelled at.
Literally holding up the line. I don't.
If I get yelled at for giving out more rations than I need to, well, I get yelled at. Like, what are they going to do? Fire me? And he sort of grabs a couple more ceramic bowls and fills them up with this reddish brown slop, and he hands them over to you. There you go.
Thank you ever so much. I truly appreciate that.
Next.
Well, okay. Well, like, tucks head, takes tray, walks away.
Sad panda.
Cynthia, you've been broken by the iron wall of Burger King.
Goes to find wherever Apex settled in.
Oh,
Maybe
were
a
there
table?
are there any open tables, or
There are.
I'm going to choose the most awkwardly crowded one.
The other people in this room, especially the archers, are sort of giving you all a wide berth.
Oh boy!
But so you just sit down at a populated table.
If there's like a small like bench with like 3 feet, like a foot to either side, I will wedge my way into it.
Oh my god!
Apex
Okay.
uses fast friends. It doesn't work very well.
Man, I'm having high school flashbacks, man.
Cynthia turns around with that, like, just being defeated by the person giving out the food, and is like, at least I can go sit with Apex. And then turns and sees him immediately, like, shimmy down into the only available space at a very full table, holds onto the tray, tucks her head down again, her shoulders droop. She goes to sit at like a table with only one other person.
Oh, I'd go to
there.
a table that has like at least
No,
2
it's
seats.
too late. You already said. My shave is it's too late.
Some things can never be forgiven, Apex.
Yeah.
Some things can't be undone or unsaid.
Oh my god.
The hammer has been droopied.
So you sort of sidle up to this table that appears to be full of a couple of good old lads that are talking and laughing amongst each other. You come in the middle of a joke, and then I told her that's not my lad's rifle. That's a they all lock eyes with you.
I am the Apex.
They all slow turn and look at each other, and then they just start busting out laughing. This guy.
Apex kind of cocks his head a little bit, not really sure what to make of the reaction. Just grabs a fistful of his food and starts feeding himself.
They're all staring at you in silent awe, with their mouths open, just looking at you as you reach down, not using the utensils on your tray at all, and you grab what do you grab first?
Probably radroach meat, just like barehand it.
Yeah, you just tear it in half with your bare hands and shove it underneath the mask, and the loud crunching sounds now as a lot of things have gotten silent around the rest of you.
It is. I compare it to Rorschach eating beans from the Watchmen comic. It's not very settling to look at.
Oh
I just can't.
The Apex, huh?
I am the Apex, yes.
The Apex of what? Lacking table manners?
The Apex of all creatures.
That's causes another round of laughter. Oh, this guy's killing me.
No, I am eating.
Oh my god.
They continue. It's either staring and silence or laughter with these guys as they just sort of watch you go.
I continue eating.
They appear to be very entertained by this.
He's been accepted by the natives?
It's a bit of a social experiment for himself, just seeing how people react to him just existing how he wants to exist.
So, did you kill that Brahmin that you're wearing?
No.
So you bought it or something?
No.
What's the deal? Come on, you're the only person wearing a Brahmin skull around here. You can't just sit down and expect us to... What's your deal, man?
He was my friend. He fought a Deathclaw and died.
There's a quizzical pause this time as they all look to each other and they all look down and... Are you wearing your Deathclaw gauntlet?
Yeah.
They all look down at the Deathclaw gauntlet that you're wearing, and their faces go from silent amusement to now quizzical and analyzing you. So who killed the Deathclaw?
My brother.
Huh. Why are you wearing it?
It's what makes me the Apex.
There's more sort of looking between each other, and couple people just sort of uncomfortably slide a bit away from you, but they don't appear to be like too uncomfortable around you. They're just
Not
sort of
terrified, just unnerved.
Yeah, they're just giving you a little bit of a wide berth right now. And eventually they get bored from you being you, and they go back to their conversation, while occasionally one will look over at you just to keep tabs on you.
I'm not stealing from any of them. I'm simply eating my food.
It's good to know.
Cynthia's sitting about 2 tables away with this tray of untouched food in front of her. She's been kind of poking it with a spoon, and just like full weight of her chin and cheek going into her hand, watching Apex. Can't hear the conversation, but was just like watching them laugh and have a great time together. And it's just by herself over at another table, like, guess they're having a great time. That's fine.
Well, did you go to a table by yourself, or did you also head to a sort of a populated table as well?
If there was anyone there might have been like one person.
Okay. You go to a table and you see a sort of younger blonde-haired woman with sort of a loosely pulled back ponytail and rather large glasses. Can I help you?
Oh, no, I'm just my friend and I came in here to get some food, but I don't really eat. So I got food for my friends who were helping in a shop and wandering around. So I thought I was going to sit with my friend over there, but he seems to feel social today. So I'm over here for now.
That's funny.
Well, I wasn't quite expecting this level of conversational aptitude from you, but,
Conversational aptitude?
well, you're, sorry, was that
I'm,
rude?
I mean, I
You're
suppose if you've...
You're a robot.
Uh,
I'm sorry, was that rude again? I didn't...
It's just tiptoeing on the line. I think you just don't know. I'm
Sorry.
Sin.
A synth? I don't know quite what that is. Tell you what, let's start over. Hi, Agnes Hughes.
Hi, I'm Cynthia, and not for the reason you think that would be my name.
Cynthia. It's a very pretty name.
Thank
Hi.
you. Hello. Are you interested in robots? You seem to have quite the aptitude of what their aptitude is.
Well, I'm sort of one of the more technically inclined people here at the Archer base. I work on some of the more technical aspects of what we do here.
And like what exactly, Miss Hughes?
Well, finding and repurposing technology that we find in ruins, or if there are any other vaults around here. I'm in charge of sort of, well, not really in charge of, I help research into where there might be hidden caches of technology around here. You know, just so we can get a better foothold here. You know, lay of the land.
You're like a research assistant.
Yes, precisely.
That sounds like fascinating work.
I'm glad you think so. No, it's absolutely wonderful to learn about everything that's happening around here. Ooh. And you, if you don't mind me saying,
Go on.
It's very, very curious.
What makes me so curious?
Well, I've never heard of a synth before.
Well, they do exist. I don't know how many are quite like me, if I'm honest, but it has to be a little secret between you and I, if that's all right, Miss Hughes.
Oh, right. I'll keep it close to the chest.
I'd appreciate it. Don't want anyone trying to take me apart.
Oh, no. We would never do that.
That does ease the mind. So, who do you know in this area? She looks at the otherwise empty table.
Well, I know a lot of people, but people tend to not want to get to know me very well.
Why not, Miss Hughes?
I don't know if if it's the way I talk or the way I look, or I just don't really have a lot of friends outside of the research department.
Well, you seem very impassioned about your work. I find that admirable.
Shucks, thank you. It's all going for a good cause, so.
You feel that way? I can't quite tell with how you said it.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Mm.
We're trying to establish our home and make it feel like one, too.
I was just wondering, what sort of technology have you come across in this area?
Oh, well, I don't know if you've probably already heard or seen the Magcasters. Those are
Ah, yes.
Yes, those are a good deal of technology that we've managed to repurpose and sort of our calling card.
Oh, I've certainly heard of that. Ran the
Yes.
former arch dwellers out of the town.
Yes, yes.
Cynthia drums her fingers on the table, kind of looks around a little bit, like, ooh.
Awkward turtle.
She sort of notices you drumming on the table, and she sort of puts a spoon down in her reddish brown gruel and takes a bite. So, what are you and your friend here for?
Oh,
I heard there were some new people here. I guess you're them.
yes, we're on the run. Looks up and just deadpan smiles.
From who, if I could ask?
Connor, would it be? It's like widely known that the family's after us. Yeah, based on descriptions and everything that have been on the radio. It wouldn't be like very stupid to tell her.
Based on descriptions from the radio, you know that you are considered dangerous. And that is about all they know.
Would it be unwise to tell people that the family is after us?
Shrug.
It depends on how worried you are about somebody wanting to turn in a bounty.
I mean, they aren't exactly unfriendly with the family.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. So, okay.
Maybe best to play it to your chest.
Yeah. Well, I'm running from a past, which I did not choose, and I met some friends who are trying to live their life as they see fit, just as you all are doing. Trying not to die in the process, or fall apart, I guess, in my case.
So you're trying to sort of mislead her?
Not mislead. Cynthia's talking about her own past and very vaguely surface level talking about the
our current
situation
predicament.
they're in now. Yeah.
Okay.
Very, very surface level.
She sort of wrings her hands a little bit. Well, that sounds like you've got quite a couple stories from your adventures.
Connor, above game they got all their weapons back, right? We got all of our weapons back.
You
right?
got all your weapons back? I think Apex is the only one who...
If I'm wearing my Deathclaw gauntlet, then we probably have our weapons.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would say you have your weapons since Apex is wearing his.
So if that's the case, then if Miss Hughes is saying how things are probably exciting in our adventures, I would assume that's about the moment that she starts to notice the assault rifle and the shotgun and the pistol and the, all of the weapons that are strapped to Cynthia.
She doesn't actually seem too terribly fazed by that.
Okay.
Most people in this world are armed in some way, shape, or form.
Got you.
Oh, okay, not impressed. Fine. Pulls out a shotgun.
Oh my god.
I just imagine Cynthia opens up her cape a little bit and just, tons of weapons and knives and bullets just rain down. She's like, oh, I didn't attach those right, did I?
What are you buying?
What are you selling?
Thank you.
Now
At
that's
a high price.
So, Miss Hughes, what are some interesting aspects of town that don't have white raiders in them?
Well,
Let me see what she.
well, around the area, aside from this place, this old courthouse, and of course the arch, not really terribly much. We kind of spent the last couple of years sort of clearing this space out and making it our home, but the area around it, however, well, I know there's an old sort of like theater for plays that's around in the area.
Oh, do they put on productions there, or is it just an old theater?
Well, I imagine they did in the pre-war time, but not really a whole lot happens there now.
Well, I know they put on plays in the pre-war, but I just wondered if they still did anything in there. But
Not really.
Anyway.
Not, at least not that I know.
Some point
Well.
around here, Apex would have finished with his food, I'm guessing.
if Cynthia
Sure.
catches that he's like looking around, Cynthia will be like, then that's my cue. I will.
Apex would probably just
All right.
wander by. It's like, people here are jerks.
What? Apex? That's very rude to say.
Very rude to be.
Well, there's a lot of meatheads around here. Also, hi.
Apex, Miss Hughes, Apex.
I am the
Apex.
Apex.
I see. Hello. She sort of
Hello.
waves to you.
It is nice to meet you. Here,
Nice.
I hand her the fancy lad snack cake that I had.
Oh. And she sort of grabs it and looks at it. Well, thank you.
You do not seem like a jerk.
I try not to rub people the wrong way.
Apex nods.
Well,
Wow. He must really like you. He normally threatens people first.
she sort of her
Apex
expression
blinks.
her expression goes flat at that. Well,
Sternly blinks and then a slow nod.
I don't want to keep you from taking your food to your friends. I'm sure it's getting cold.
Sounds about right. Swivels around, immediately gets up and like quick walks. Nice meeting you.
Very nice meeting you too, Cynthia. And Apex. Bye.
Goes back to the shop. Be
You
like,
go back to the shop.
Apex, that
Someone
was
sitting at a school cafeteria. Apex just kicks through a wall, hands him a snowball, and goes, "Stay in school," and walks
oh
out.
my
of the
god.
I slowly walk through the drywall. Just not burst through. Just slowly walk through. Shape slowly pushing through the wall.
You
It's
cannot
the
you-
slowest Kool-Aid
bust
Man
through the-
entrance ever.
You bust through the wall. I forgot to put the tray back.
Be cool.
Ugh.
Cycle.
walks through the wall and leaves another hole. Doesn't even walk through the hole he came through.
Why would you use the same hole?
That one is not
That one's already
authorized for
there.
going back out of.
Oh my god.
Because the death claw's on the other arm, you see now.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, there you go.
All I can think of now is when that building fell on Kenshiro and he just walked through it.
All I can think of is that scene from SpongeBob when he walked through the wall.
Well, as Cynthia and Apex head back to the workshop to bring food, Louise, what would you be getting up to?
Oh, she's ambling around, and anyone who comes close enough to her will sort of hear her talking to someone. She doesn't, unless they really want to listen, they're just going to hear the tail end of conversations. It's not like I was going to stop them if they wanted to come. But I mean, the downtime and time alone is nice. Present company excluded. Be nice if we had this. Pre-war stuff, I think, though, kid, so I don't know if we were going to get this sort of thing back home. You have to build it first. Do we got the resources for that? I do not think so. Ooh, what's that over there? Anyway, anything interesting? What can I say that she found?
Let's see. I have the blueprints of the old St. Louis courthouse up. What would you find that's interesting?
Justice.
An American court system?
It's just
That
it's
hurts
just a little,
to hear.
it's just a little scale, slightly a scale that's gold but slightly tarnished now. Symbolism.
As you walk around, actually, you do notice some of these old, like, brass and gold colored placards on the wall sort of tell you where or what these rooms might have been once upon a time. And you notice some that say St. Louis History Gallery.
Huh. Well, guess it can't hurt to get a little more education. Well, I did. Oh. You know what, Phil? If you want to be mean, be mean. I did finish basic schools. Schooling, fine! God! Goes in.
All right. As you walk in, you come across what appears to be a largely untouched room, at least so you feel. There are a lot of documents in this place. It appears to be more storage than anything. But you do see sort of hanging on the wall, you see very, very old looking pictures, black and white, of what you can only surmise is ancient history from the area that you're in. You see towns with roads that aren't paved, old dirt roads and old brick buildings being drawn by horse carriage.
So this is like, can I tell that that's like maybe even pre-war? Like that was like basic history?
You actually see the room that you walked into would have a placard that says St. Louis History Gallery 1764 through 1850. So very, very old.
And you said this room was more like a storage room, basically?
It appears to be sort of repurposed for storage purposes.
Well, nobody was guarding it. Scavenger senses tingling!
Okay.
I think I'd like to roll scavenger, please.
Okay, so you go to rob these people.
I'm gonna rob them. I mean, depending on what I find.
Okay.
Yeah, right now she's just browsing.
I'm just educating myself.
Are you using your scavenger ability, or are you just looking?
Well, I'm going to scavenger to find something good to look at. Let's say first and foremost. That's +2. Okay.
Case.
Oh my god!
Wow.
14.
That is the maximum possible roll available to you right now.
My God.
So, today feels good.
So you said something interesting that catches your mind.
what did you have anything specifically in mind, or
You said this was a history room, you said?
right?
Let me think. How about something pertaining to these, what did they call these people who taught them that said they were the chosen ones or whatever?
Okay, so you want to look for history specifically on the Archer.
Yeah, the Archer Elders or whatever. Still kind of curious about that.
Eldarcher.
They were called longbowmen back in the day.
The voice of Alvin appears to me like God. It's like, oh,
Howdy.
thank you, Alvin.
You're welcome.
It goes back to soldering.
Give me a second.
Phil's just like, what's up, Alvin?
Oh, hey, Phil. How y'all doing?
Rotting.
Oh, that's fair enough.
What did you find in this room? Um. Okay, this might work. As you're sort of going through all of these old books and old documents, you manage to find what appears to be a very old leather-bound journal that just appears to have been lost in this large room full of these documents and old books. And as you unravel the journal, a lot of it appears to be water damaged, but what you find in it sort of talks about how how there were these people called overseers that were basically the leaders of a vault, and that basically they were being taught that this land surrounding them is theirs by sort of divine right.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
The word God appears a lot as well.
Is that it?
Yeah, you did get a maximum roll. Trying to figure out what
Any ancient weaponry they might have on display.
Yeah, you'll find a magcaster. Whoa, it's crazy.
Wow, direct instructions how to make a Madcaster and the box tops to order it? Wow!
That is crazy.
Thanks, Jeff.
Ooh. Actually, I'll give you something interesting. As you flip through this journal more and more, it appears to be you see like blood stains on the journal now. You can probably confer that this is a dead person's journal now, but you see that it mentions Chicago. And how they found sort of an ancient cache of technology out in Chicago, and that it was a miracle, pretty much. They talk about how this has to be divine providence.
Interesting.
But from what you can tell, that's about all you can glean from the sort of water and blood damaged journal.
Hell if I know, Phil. We're a long way from Chicago, I assume?
Chicago.
Wait, would she know what Chicago is, or is that as indiscernible to her as Italy?
Chicago.
Probably a bit easier to identify than Italy.
But you would sort of be aware that they're a long way from that.
I would say, yeah, that you've heard of Chicago, but you've never quite been there.
So these guys were in Chicago at one point? Must have come a long way to come here. This is their promised land, I guess. So wait, can Louise infer that then their vault was like in Illinois? Is that what I can infer?
Maybe.
Huh. Oh. Suppose that's a fun little trivia to have. As I don't see any point in actually keeping the journal, I shall put it back where I found it.
Okay.
The knowledge is the important part.
You replace it where you thought you might have found it. Either way, it didn't look like it. It was terribly missed.
I don't know, anything else worth looking in here, I suppose?
Aside from maybe some interesting old photographs of the St. Louis of years past, probably not.
I guess I will exit then.
Okay. You leave the history gallery, head out into
So
the
in
main
the courthouse, you said, right?
Yeah, you're in this is all in the courthouse. All of this is inside this big building. And you walk out into the main rotunda, where you see Cynthia carrying a tray with bowls.
Oh, hey,
There.
look.
You have
She does a little arms out gesture as though presenting herself. I didn't get shot at.
I don't know if I should be proud of you for that.
I am proud
Aw.
of you.
Thank you, Apex. I do appreciate it. Someone's proud of me.
Cynthia rolls her eyes. I got you food.
Oh. Takes the bowl from her. Love you.
Uh-huh.
Maybe
We're
we
heading-
should. You look a little laden, so shall we go and give that other one to Alvin?
Yes, there's also some radroach steaks, but I'd imagine you'll want to use the silverware for that.
Why?
Stares at Apex. Turns back to Louise. We'll eat
I
inside
mean-
the shop.
I mean, to be fair, hands work just as well.
Nods emphatically. Sagely.
This is
even.
why you and me connect, Apex. Let's be on our way.
Guess a little radioactive dirt won't hurt.
I've already
and
done
look
that.
Down. Follows.
All right. You all head back into Cassidy's workshop. You have two. Is it two left over that you got? Did you get two or
Yes.
three bowls?
I got 2 portions.
2 portions, yes. Or you have a single steaming bowl of stuff in front of you.
Yeah.
And you walk in and you find Alvin and Cassidy just sort of tinkering on some stuff, doing repairs on armor, things like that. You see him sort of sewing up a leather jumpsuit behind the scenes. He seems quite good at it.
And Cassidy, that's about the time that Point Man went over the hill, and we thought that engine came off. That was a damn Yaguai. Sounded just like an engine back kick. You believe that?
What? You found a Yaguai all the way out here? What was it doing out there?
I don't know, but we thought it was a damn car. I'll tell you what, we hit back to Boss Man. Oh my God, it took us 2 weeks to wait for that Yaguai to go and keep move on past it.
Apex whispers to Louise and Cynthia, Yaguai live in the woods.
Sage nod.
And then it took us all to salvage it. And the damn engine wasn't even worth a shit.
Louise will sidle to Cynthia and just be like, he's cute, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Well, at least you got a good story out of it.
I'm
Hey,
telling you.
welcome back.
Oh, howdy, y'all. I've been working on trying to get some bands onto this Kevlar, get a little bit more oomph. I have trouble sticking, but I'm confident this might work. Hey,
It
Connor,
might
to make a
work, huh?
possible upgrade to Sarah, Louise.
Oh my!
To Louise's armor.
I believe you've got a skill that does that, right?
I believe I do. I have a couple. I have.
I think it would be called upgrade.
Job. Can we fix it? And those are the only ones I have right now. If there's a skill called upgrade, guess what I'm taking next level?
All right, calm down there.
Unfortunately, it's a little bit beyond your capabilities and your knowledge base at the moment to sort of reinforce this any more than it could be without ruining the Kevlar inside of it. Yeah, it's not a material you work with all that often. It's usually only found in like old military or vault compounds, stuff like that. But you managed to get everything looking nice at least, and you help repair some more.
Well, I have a couple theories on how to make it better, but right now they're just theories. But I at least got a good sheet up on it and whatnot. At least for your Kevlar, Miss Louise.
So, any kind of stat improvement on that, or is it just?
Unfortunately, no. It's just repaired at the moment.
Fair enough. It's double repaired now.
It's double stuffed.
Hooray!
I like to imagine he just like sort of made it look cosmetically nicer.
Yeah, it's clean.
Purdy.
I had some stuff, and yeah, actually, yeah, I'd like to say that. Yeah, Alvin doesn't half-ass a thing. If there is dirt on there, he has obliterated it with the power of hard scrubbing.
He had an air blaster somewhere. Louise will take it and smile and just give him a pat on the cheek with her hand, just like, thank you. It looks real nice.
No trouble at all. And Alvin will look over at Cynthia and take the steaming bowl. And thank you, Miss Cynthia. Oh, that smells good.
Well, of course. Can't have you all passing out from lack of sustenance.
That would be the worst. Got a story about that one, too. Oh, hey, Connor.
Yes.
In the time I've been around just fixing up and whatnot, my armor only has 1 point of damage on it. Can I just say that it's just polished up?
If you give me another motherfucking smarts roll, you can.
Okay, here we go. 10?
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, you just easy enough. You managed to get out the dents and sand over the holes that are in your armor, and yeah, you are back up to full.
There we go. All right. Well, Miss Cass, I think I have fixed damn near everything that could possibly be polished up around here. I'll tell you what, I probably went ahead and smacked out your backlog like a power fist slug to the gut.
Oh yeah, you've been a damn fine help and personable as well. It's been a pleasure working.
Hey, no trouble at all. I'll tell you what, anytime you and yours are always just around Riverside, just go ahead and seek out St. Louis machines. We all pretty much wear the same thing.
Oh, so you're in right? You were saying that you lived in Riverside. Yeah,
absolutely. I lived down there with Boss Man, Point Man, many others, Preacher, Nancy, lots of them, and they are all man. They all got stories. I'm telling you.
Be sure to take notes on that. Yeah,
absolutely. Alrighty. Well, I think I earned myself a meal. And have we been down here all this time? Have you gone down to that mess hall yet, Mr. Cassidy?
Oh, it's not. I need to check my schedule. It ain't break time for me yet, though. But with my backlog whittled out, I might go a bit early. I don't think anyone would mind.
There you go. No trouble at all. Oh. Good talk to you, old man. Thanks for teaching me quick with the spanner. I appreciate that.
Oh, no problem at all.
Whew, man. And just Alvin will give a smile and then just look down at the bowl and just with the spoon, just.
You spoon this reddish brown goop into your mouth.
Best kind of goop.
Oh, man.
It is goopy. It's savory, a little spicy as well. You definitely get meat chunks in there as well that you're tasting.
Oh, man. This is good, whatever this is. Mm.
It is quite a pungent and filling meal that you've got.
Oh, man.
Louise will eat hers as well. I mean, she's been on the road. She's not really that picky.
So, y'all meet anybody nice? Cassie and I must have went ahead and turned day into night with all the stories we spun.
I think Apex made a number of new friends today. I think.
No.
Oh, well, I met a Miss Hughes that was pleasant, and we shared some conversation.
Well, that sounds nice. Oh, heck, anybody that's good in your two book, probably good in mine. I'll have to talk to Miss Adams later. How about you, Louise? What you get up to?
Did some reading. Is what's his face, Mr. Cassidy, still around?
He appears to be in the back of his shop and just occupying himself by reading manuals and tinkering.
Louise will lower her voice just a little bit.
Is it
Found
is
a
it
little
just
bit
us
of.
four here right now?
Say again?
Is it just us four here right now?
Oh yeah, it's for you guys.
Yeah.
She lowers her voice just a little bit and is just like, found a bit of interesting little bit of history that might be good to know. Or it's just history. I don't know. Anywho.
History. What'd y'all find? Schematics, plans, fun things.
Oh, some nice pictures of the place back in the was it the 1800s? Really old. But I found this journal. Talked a little bit about the history of the Archers. Stuff we already know, but they mentioned something about Chicago.
Oh, really?
Chicago.
Who's that?
It's a town.
Yes, place. But what I can infer is that back when, I think just after these guys got out of their vault, they apparently found some kind of cache of technology. A lot of words like a miracle and divine were used in relation to it, but I don't know. It's interesting to say the least. I wonder
Could be
if...
the base for the Madcasters.
Well, I mean, makes it easier to have things by divine right if you have divine weaponry, as it is.
Sounds about right.
This place
Anywho.
makes me uneasy.
So, well, that probably explains why I had never seen anything like this before.
Can't say what it means, but, well, it's kind of interesting.
Well, I think we all had a good adventure. So,
We did. But now we have the choice to make. Are we staying here or heading out?
Well, I found some good company, and, well, I'd like to go ahead and meet a couple other people. Maybe we might even be able to get some rations and whatnot for the road. Maybe if they have some surplus, maybe scrap a couple of them up. But, like I said, I am worried about Bossman and whatnot, and if we can make it up to Riverside, we close enough might be able to make a straight shot. But, Apex, you have a couple other plans too, right? Same with you, Louise, and you, Cynthia? Woo, man, that spice is good.
Everything I want to do can be done on the way to Riverside. We still need to acquire technology from the family, as well as disrupt their operations wherever we can. Those are my prerogatives.
Well, can't really head back to my vault without stuff I've talked about to you guys about. And apparently all signs point to Westport, but I wouldn't say I'm in any desperate hurry to get there. Well, I suppose I'd like to get there sooner than later, but I don't mind taking with you guys and getting more equipment and what's the word? Assurances that Westport isn't going to cause us troubles, whether that be in equipment, manpower, or otherwise.
Well, if you'd like to check on Boss Man, I think it'd be fine if we went up to Riverside after a night of sleep here, since it's probably a little too late in the day for us to venture that far. So maybe we'll bed down here for the night and head to Riverside in the morning.
Really? Oh man, thank you guys. I really appreciate that.
Well,
I really
Apex and Louise still have to speak on it first. That's just my suggestion.
I'll help y'all out no matter what option you go ahead and take. I want y'all to let you know that right now. Alvin Bronson ain't the kind of man who goes ahead and leaves somebody hanging.
Were it up to me, I'd leave now. But I understand wanting to stay.
Do you think we have time? She kind of looks out to check where the sun is in the sky.
Sun is sort of beginning to set at this point. The sky is, orange.
I think traveling at night might be a little dangerous since we don't know what's along the way from here to there.
Not
We
to
also wouldn't
mention,
want to disappear in the night with all this group.
well, also not to mention that Riverside is a little uncomfortably close to the arena. If our gracious host is willing, I wouldn't mind conferring with him and seeing if we can't find a safe route to get us there.
I wouldn't be opposed to that at all. We could always... You said pit stop in Westport, right? Maybe
No.
that'd be dangerous, though.
Yeah, as I said, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't mind heading to Westport now, but I'm not stupid enough to just go running in there until we have better equipment, maybe some more manpower if we can get it, whatever helps us.
Any inside
Westport.
info can help us out too.
That too.
Westport is when we know we can take them.
Mm.
That is when
Exactly.
we go.
Pat's Apex on the shoulder.
We can come out on top depending on what we're doing. I understand.
Heck, maybe your boss man can help outfit us a bit.
That's true. Having the machinist help along might not be a bad idea.
Actually,
Well-
yeah.
Go.
Now that I think about it, it wouldn't hurt to ask. Lord knows, I'm sure all of them are worried about me too. Ain't been able to get much word out to them, and they're hearing all kinds of radio reports and anything. And then that thing Psycho said still, it's actually kind of why I want to work down here, kind of take my nerves off that. Woo, that was good. Whatever that was, I'm telling you. As Alvin
You know?
he bowled down on the table.
Roach.
Now that I think about it, Alvin,
Really?
does Riverside have, I don't know, messengers or something like that?
Connor.
Most of the time, couriers will go in and out of different settlements. They couriers sort of work independent of any one settlement. Really, they're sort of nomadic.
No.
Well,
as I
we
said,
got.
I-
Well, we
I
got.
don't see the-
Sherman,
About it.
for God's sake.
Well, as I said, I don't quite see the point in trying to go back to my hometown just yet without what I need to help, but if I could get a courier over to them, I could get an update on how they're faring so far.
Oh, I haven't seen many carriers around come around to the arch, but they get around. I reckon we might be able to find one on the way. Maybe might be able to find one over in Riverside. If not, we might even be able to get lucky before we leave. Might be able to find one here.
Heck, I'm good with going to Riverside first.
Fine by me.
How about you, Apex?
Yes, anything that I wish to do can be done on the way there. Away from here.
Woo-wee! Fantastic! I'm going home. I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, Boss Man's going to let me have it with that lug wrench, I'm telling you. But anyway, yeah. I'm coming back home. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, damn. I won't be able to go ahead and get to sleep today. Ooh.
Well, you'll have to try. We have quite the journey ahead of us.
I understand. I'll try my absolute darndest for you, Miss Enfield.
I'll go over to Mr. Cassidy and be like, "Hey, Mr. Cassidy, in terms of finding a bed for the night,
Ah.
where
Yeah,
exactly can we go for that?"
If Sammy's letting you stay, well, the barracks probably aren't the best place for you. I'll see if we can't get you a space in the...
He's thinking about it really hard.
Yup.
I want to imagine, like in a video game, suddenly this like little hut just appears out of the ground, and he's like, "There."
Presses a button, a hole blows up in the ground. How about there?
Oh my God.
We got a couple of rooms upstairs that aren't being used. We could probably bed down in there.
Huh. Thank you kindly.
Yep.
How about that, Apex? You feel comfortable enough to maybe just stay upstairs?
Apex nods. I mean, he's uncomfortable just being here, but he will
Mr.
sleep.
Cassidy seems okay.
It's not the individual people that he's worried about.
Oh, shucks.
I understand. Apex is complicated.
Layers. Like a huge fruit.
Again, it's something it's something that came with like the origin of my character that I'd really like to reveal, but not here. Lanny the player is also antsy.
Just want to imagine it's like, wait till just the second we step outside this place, Apex like, okay, here's what it is.
The moment we step out the door, Apex just prances out, jumps up, down giddily. Nah, Apex will be fine sleeping here. He doesn't think these people are going to kill us.
Yet.
All right.
No.
So you will...
Really
Correction.
silent, now I am concerned.
Okay, fine. Correction. Apex doesn't think they can kill us.
Okay, go to bed now.
So you're all heading off to bed?
Yes.
Sure.
You head upstairs. You find this sort of unused room that Cassidy was talking about. And you bed down for the night. And as
Cynthia
the...
will keep guard duty.
Okay. You keep watch over your friends. The room is sort of almost pitch black, save for the couple of lanterns that are around the room, just sort of lightly illuminating the area you're in. And as you bed down for the night, Cynthia, your watch goes almost completely undisturbed.
Okay,
Yes,
great.
it was very boring.
Awry immediately.
Let pregnant pause this.
What's
night.
this? Another landmine?
Oh my God, please no.
It just falls from the sky. Just
I've had enough.
you look out the window. There's a bad luck dog pointing at you.
Indeed, but you are all awoken at dawn, or whenever you wish to wake up, at least.
Just
If everyone else
before
wakes
dawn.
up, they will find that
Oh.
Louise is already gone.
Interesting.
Cynthia will watch you wake up and leave.
Cynthia watches you walk away
Oh, God.
silently.
God,
Cynthia
that's
does
right.
not sleep, so
Just want to imagine Louise just walks by and she doesn't even take in like the glowing pair of eyes, just like slowly watching her walk out.
You're just
We're
used
so-
to them by now.
Oh my God. It's like, how did I forget about that?
yeah, I don't know.
Unclear.
Prediction hazy. Ask again later.
All right. The day is yours. What do you wish to get up to?
Leave.
Yeah, just like that. All right.
Upon getting up, though. Wait. Where did Louise go?
You left a little while earlier.
Did she say where she was popping off to? Oh, you know what? Knowing her, maybe coffee. She might be around the mess hall.
Well, I'm not sure. She didn't even seem to notice me as she was walking out.
That's uncharacteristically rude of her.
That don't really sound like Louise. Wonder what's going on there. Well, we'll probably find her somewhere around here, I'm sure. I'll tell you what. I might be able to talk to somebody. Maybe we might be able to trade some caps for some food for the road. That sounds about right.
Sounds good to me.
All right. I'll go ahead and try to do that real quick, and maybe with a little luck, I might bump into Miss Louise along the way. All right. Get that hooked up. There's that tool belt. And there's my little dandies hanging off there. All right, we good to go.
All right. So you're heading to the cafeteria, sounds like?
Yeah.
Back to the mess hall.
Is it just Alvin or is it everybody?
Cynthia would go with. I don't know what Apex wants to do, though.
Apex would also
yeah, the
attempt to
minute-
track you as you are the person remaining that we need to leave with.
You don't have to go far. As soon as you leave the building, you'll just find Louise is like right next to the entrance, just sitting down against the wall. No.
Oh.
Morning.
Oh, hey, howdy. How y'all doing?
All right. Just felt like taking in some of the quiet for a bit. Well, quiet as it can be. She taps the side of her head.
Oh, I got y'all. Everything going on okay?
Feeling a little, what's the word, contemplative this morning. No, haven't had any real quiet for a while. Though again, never really quiet in my head, but it's nice for a minute.
I figured
So we're
knowing you
headed.
missed. Well, I wanted to go ahead and I was heading down to the mess hall because I figured you'd be there trying to find some coffee.
Louise's
and-
eyes go wide, like, oh my god, if they have coffee, yes, let's. Gets to her feet.
And Alvin will pep up his step to try to keep pace with Louise, probably moving faster than him now. I was also looking to maybe get some food for the road.
Louise gives a grunt. She's a woman with a mission now.
Long story short, yeah, you do end up finding some coffee. And if you do try to inquire about some food for the road, the still disgruntled looking worker appears to be nearing the end of his shift. Sort of asks you for payment.
How much does he want?
So what do you
What?
what are you trying to buy exactly?
Just a couple days worth of rations, maybe some good roach meat for the road or something like that.
Okay.
You wouldn't happen to have any of those, I know we got some meat skewers from that cafe way back when.
Oh yeah, but those were ages ago.
Apex
yeah, they
ate
keep
all
though,
of his.
right? Are they all bad now? I had 5 left.
Let's see, without refrigeration.
Is it not like beef jerky?
Oh yeah. I thought they were jerky or something.
they probably keep
Okay,
the
they're
jerky.
still
Jerky would keep. I don't know about the skewers.
Might be a little stinky,
Either
but
way.
Uh-oh, stinky.
Connor judgment.
Stinky beef.
so how long have you had those skewers?
Oh, since that diner where he fixed the fridge for them.
Since episode 2.
Oh, yeah,
That
those are
those-
pretty bad at this point.
That was 15 episodes ago.
Just slow turn to Cynthia, slow turn to Louise as she's like devouring one, just like, oh. Spits it out slowly.
Oh my god.
Okay. I still have my cans of cram.
Looks like he's got some yum yum deviled eggs for you that he's charging 5 caps for.
All right.
How long will they keep? Not long,
They're
I assume.
indefinitely. They are.
Oh, really?
They're
pre-war food.
They are
Ever.
pre-war, pre-packaged food, which means they are chock full of tasty, nutritional preservatives.
That's what a growing body needs.
So this is a deviled egg version of a Twinkie, basically.
Yeah.
They will find my skeleton
Gross.
and the yum yum devil eggs inside.
How many eggs to a pack?
We're getting into the deep lore, huh?
Yes, we are, Connor.
These are relative.
Yes, we are.
These are relevant questions, okay?
And we
A
expect
dozen.
hard facts.
A dozen.
A dozen.
Seriously?
That's
That's
baller.
a lot. All right, you know what? I'll take 2 packs of that then.
You fool! I would have settled for 6. 10 caps.
Yeah, I'll
Shit!
take that.
All right.
All right, so I had 1056. That takes me down to 46. Yeah, because like 1 or 2 of those at a time are probably a hard-boiled egg is a wonderful snack unto itself.
Yeah, it is. Oh man.
All right, 12 dozen. I'll just call them deviled eggs.
Got to message Todd Howard on Twitter. How many yum yum deviled eggs come in a package of yum
Oh
yum
my
deviled
God.
eggs?
Actually, tweet him. Seriously, just swing your fist out there.
Please do.
I'm
Come on,
doing it right now. You also find what else is he offering? He's offering some mole rat, some cooked mole rat meat.
No, I've learned my lesson.
Oh. All right.
I've been burned once before.
How much for some of that?
He'd only charge 2 caps for it. It's a single portion.
Yeah, I'll take one of them. That'll be good before I have to dig at these young deviled eggs. All right. 3, 5. I bought 2 of those young deviled eggs too, and I'll get one of those mole rat things. Hey, Apex!
What?
You want some? Y'all want some mole rat for the road?
Apex checks his preserves.
I should be fine.
All right. That sounds about good for me. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I'm dumb as all get up. You got any water around here?
Any water?
Yeah, just any liquid. You know, we got rations and whatnot, but you know how it is.
I still have a flask of whiskey and a bottle of water, so I wouldn't mind an extra bottle if they have it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, I have Laughly Pale Ale bottles too.
Yeah, we got.
He does have a couple of water bottles. They're just plain plastic bottles that look like they have masking tape over them that says water written on front of it with blue marker.
Yeah, it's better than Deer Park. How much is that?
Charging 10 caps a bottle.
10 caps? I'll take 2
2 of
bottles.
those.
I'll take 2 bottles.
Popular, right?
20 cap. Got that? Cool.
Cynthia will get 1 pack of the egg.
Eggs.
The egg.
Behold the egg.
And 1 bottle of water.
Yeah.
So that would be 15 caps, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Oop. Just stares at everyone eating.
Apex is just squatting outside the door.
All right. Hey, thank you all for your time.
Actually, I will take one of those mole rat chunks and just eat it right now.
Okay.
So that's 2. Yep. Okay. Q. There, I have eaten. Yes.
All right, I'm ready to go. Miss Cynthia, Apex, Luis, you guys got anybody you
Apex
want to go
is still outside.
I just see the dotted line that's Apex.
Boom, 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 boom. Huh.
I'm ready to go when you are.
All right.
Fuck you mean Todd Howardson on Twitter. All right, so you walk outside.
Well, as I said, maybe we go say goodbye to our gracious host and ask for a relatively safe route to Riverside.
I
past
think
the
that would be
arena.
wise.
That would be.
You'll find, what was his name? Bruce, I think it was.
Yeah, actually, that'd be, yeah.
So
As
they'll
I check
hunt
my
for
list.
Bruce.
We'll hunt for
Bruce?
Bruce, yeah.
Bruce.
I'm not sure you've met a Bruce.
Wait.
We have. He's the one that took us in further. He was
You mean
the guard.
Bryce?
Did
Bryce.
I write the wrong name? I definitely did.
Yeah, because
Oh,
I
you
looked
mean-
at Bryce, but I went with you. I trusted you.
Well, that was
Is the
wrong.
expedition leader?
Huh?
Are we
No,
talking about
that's
the
Samuel
expedition
Baker.
leader? Yeah,
Bryce
okay,
is
yeah.
Bryce is the one that you guys met at the hill.
Yes.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I even have Bryce just above that, but I looked at the one that was misspelled. So that's right.
Isoka.
Soka.
Oh no.
So you go around. You locate. You're looking for Bryce then.
No, we're looking for a Bruce or Bryce. Yes, I'm sorry. Oh my God. Yes.
No,
Ignore
Bruce.
me. Just cut all of this out.
I nominate Alvin. I nominate that Alvin walk around yelling Bruce, and I will walk around yelling Bryce, and we'll see which one of us find him first.
Sounds great.
Bryce finds you.
Huzzah.
A short, red-haired man. He walks up to you. Oh, hey, you guys are up early.
Yeah, just figured we'd go ahead and say our farewells to our gracious host and ask if there's a safe way hereabouts up to Riverside.
You're leaving already, huh?
Quick
Well,
trip while your boss settles things for us, or helping us out.
I understand. He should still be up in his office. You can go up there and talk to him. I'll let him know.
Alrighty. Hey, thank you very much for everything, Bryce. I mean it.
It's no sweat. You scratch our back and we'll scratch yours.
Now, you see, that's a transaction I can believe in. Thank y'all. Thank you.
All right, well, safe travels if I don't see you again.
Hey, you as well. Yeah. I will make my way up to the big house with...
You go back into the courtroom, which is acting as the expedition leader's office, and he appears to be talking to somebody and sees you all enter, and he ushers them out. Hello again. What can I do for you?
Oh, well, I just, me and mine just want to go ahead and thank you all for taking us in your all hospitality. And while you were deliberating, I had some business to go ahead and tend to up in Riverside. I was going to go ahead and ask if you had any information on maybe a safer trail nowadays to go help and get around that spot while y'all deliberate.
Of course. I've heard that you've been quite a help in Cassidy's shop. I have to thank you for that.
Hey, no trouble at all. It was an honor to go ahead and work with such a skilled mechanic such as him.
Mm-hmm. He is quite the knowledgeable old coot.
He's quite the storyteller, too.
He sort of squints his eyes at you. I see. Well, if you want a safe route back to Riverside, you're probably not going to want to go the way you came.
Yeah, no, that's probably not the best option. I was hoping if y'all get around, you might know a back route.
You'll probably want to go north from where you are right now. And then... You want to go north, and then go west. There's not really much but abandoned road northwest of here. There are a couple of historic sites that we haven't gotten around to clearing yet, but it's not really on our list of priorities at the moment.
Is there some kind of... Not familiar with this side of town. Is there a landmark or whatnot you guys know how to turn west at to go to Riverside, or what have you now?
You'll want to go past the Scott Joplin house and stay on the road from there.
All right, go west at the Scott Joplin house. All righty.
And he looks at your Pip-Boy and he'll point it out.
My Pip-Boy is attached to Louise. I'll bring Louise over.
I imagine you all went.
Yeah, absolutely.
Apex didn't.
Apex did not.
Yeah, he's waiting outside. He thought they were making a quick stop at the cafeteria, and now he's worried. Pacing around like a puppy.
I typed it out, and I typed Scoot Joplin.
Scoot Joplin.
Okay, turn west to Scoot Joplin. Scott Joplin, goddamn. I'm doing it for real. All right. And west up that road from there. All right.
You'll want to stay on the road.
Stay on the road.
Yeah, if you veer off, you'll enter family territory, and well, as you probably know, they're not really too keen on visitors.
Absolutely.
Or else in general.
Alrighty. Okay, yeah, this will work. And Alvin will pull out a hand to shake his hand. Thank you so much for everything.
Of course. Thank you for your help as well.
Of course.
I take this to mean that you and yours are leaving?
For now, but we'll be back soon once you hit deliberation. You said about a week's time?
About. You will be staying in Riverside for most of that time?
If we're not going to be there, we're probably going to go ahead and be back around here. So I believe so. I look at Cynthia and Louise. Is that amicable with y'all?
Yeah, I think the plan is for us to head to Riverside and check in on Alvin's extended family, so to speak, and then we'll head back this way, so hopefully your men will have returned.
Absolutely.
Duly noted.
I get the feeling you'd prefer if we weren't hanging around too much.
Well, you've earned your stay here for the time being, but...
I know, I get it. We're not, the inner group, as it were.
And I can respect that. Honestly, I do.
I'm glad that some of you do.
All right. Well, before it turns into Midwestern goodbye, I guess we'll go ahead and hit the road now. So, like I said, we'll be back around the time you finish your deliberation with you and yours.
Don't bother. I'll send someone to Riverside with my answer.
All right. Thank you so much for everything. Until we meet again, sir.
Safe travels.
Okay, sorry, Rabbit.
Did
you just say Midwest goodbye?
Yeah.
Damn it, I hate you.
I'm very familiar with the Minnesota goodbye that takes like 5 hours.
Oh, yeah. That's basically what we're right on the cusp of having happen right now.
Yeah, exactly. Don't
No,
worry.
how
We
does
already
that
did
Apex
the
just wants to go to
for
McDonald's.
everything we stay at their house. So
I'm familiar with
None
the
of us-
Irish
none of
goodbye,
us
where you
are-
don't say anything and you just leave.
None of us are sitting down to be able to go, welp, slap our knees and stand up.
Oh my god, my uncle does that same thing. Alrighty, so we are now leaving the arch, I think.
For real.
Yeah,
This
Yeah.
You're
For
leaving.
realsies.
You're leaving the Arch grounds, the old St. Louis courthouse.
Mhm.
All right, and as you do, you are met with the early morning sun on a lonesome road going northwest.
Alrighty.
Apex remains uneasy for as long as he believes that he's in their territory.
He said if we go up about the Scott Joplin house to the north, we follow the road northwest, and that will take us all the way to Riverside. But we
Sounds
don't.
like a good plan to me.
But if we
Basically,
don't
north,
leave-
northwest, and then
Mhm.
pretty much a straight shot, it looks like.
Have a chance
Alrighty
of running
then.
into your family that way.
Well, hopefully
Right, he
not, if
said-
this guy gave us good directions.
He said if we step off the road, we have a good chance of dripping off into family territory, and that's no good from now on.
Our goal is to find some members. We need their transmitter.
That is true. So
Yeah, but we should
say if they're walking on the same road as us.
I get your idea, Apex, but I mean, not that I'm opposed to ridding this world of trash, but we meet members of the family and don't kill them, we're gonna risk them getting back to the family. So again, not that I mind ridding the world of trash, but maybe more work if we have to end up killing every one of them we meet.
There's also a high chance the way they are, and they got transmitters like that, we might be outgunned. And I got a really strong left hook, and you got a really scary claw, but it is a fully automatic some days.
I think mum's the word in our case.
Mum's a word?
So you're heading northwest.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. As you begin to make your way past a sort of a familiar checkpoint that you were met with coming in, the archers stationed on patrol while you're leaving sort of watch you as you leave. You make your way out. Onto the street where you see lines and rows of ruined buildings to your left and right. You begin to travel.
There we are.
Sorry
It would be
for
surface level scavenging, just like as we're going, not truly stopping unless there's like it's obvious that there's something good in there,
Okay.
but otherwise
Apex,
focusing
you were
on
saying?
traveling.
Yeah, he was basically saying,
sorry for being in a rush.
Hey, it's no trouble. I won't apologize for putting you through that. I knew how uncomfortable you must have been.
They worried me with their verbiage, the things they were looking for.
What do you mean?
One of the reasons I came out to find my brother, my parents, at the farm, the ranch, they've been working on something.
Wait, what?
My mother is a biologist, or my father is a biologist, and my mother is an engineer.
What?
Huh.
My mother
really?
is a engineer and my father is a biologist.
He clarifies.
Gives
Oh,
him a
what?
pat and a nod.
No phone. Engineer, huh?
What do they work on?
Their research is trying to find a way to deradiate soil to make lands fertile again.
That's
Ah.
no
Oh my.
small research. And where are they now?
Where I came from.
So,
At that gulch down that way.
At
so you worried these
our
archers might want your parents to help them out or something?
They were originally approached by... My uncle has contacts and has worked for the Brotherhood of Steel.
Oh.
My parents didn't want to provide them